we have to be aware that some of the fans are, well, and they said all sorts of things. And of course, Liam and Noel felt no way because, you see, working class heroes. And this video is all about working class and the fact that Sir Keir Starmer doesn't appear to know what working class is all about.
Nigel.cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Jacobatties. Welcome. Thank you for joining me, Nigel.cecil, and we always respond, don't we, Hilary, to your comments, views, observations and questions sent into our email address. A couple of days ago, there were headlines in the Daily Record in Scotland and elsewhere in mainstream media about a response Oasis, the Gallagher brothers, had given to a comment that came to light from Edinburgh City Council. Oasis were playing several nights at Murrayfield. And apparently someone on the council has said, well, when it comes to taking care, making sure everything is controlled all right at the concert, we have to be aware that some of the fans are, well, and they said all sorts of things. And of course, Liam and Noel felt no way because, you see, working class heroes. And this video is all about working class and the fact that Sir Keir Starmer doesn't appear to know what working class is all about, even though they're constantly saying their father was, yes, a toolmaker. Working class? Have you forgotten your roots, Sir Keir? Because the culture you are brought up in when you are young clearly influences where you've come from. And when it comes to working class, it's the grassroots of a nation. And when it comes to trade unions, Equity, the trade union for professional actors, variety entertainers and other creators across the United Kingdom. I have to get in showbiz somewhere, don't I, Hilary? It's all about the grassroots upwards. Forget the grassroots and, well, what are the foundations of your nation? Working class, the qualities, honesty, fairness, family, community, trust, helping each other. How do we know? We were brought up in a major inner city. We've even kept, do you know what these are? Ration books. Ration books. When I was a little kid, yes, I'm 3 and 4 years old, rationing had kind of ended and everyone thought after the war because you had coupons to get certain types of food. And one was for sugar. And I can remember Harold Hume, our plumber. We had local plumbers then who actually, well, they were more or less family plumbers. You always called Harry, Harold Hume the plumber. And Mum, because I'd done the washing up and done some helping in the kitchen, said, here's a penny, pop along to the local sweet shop. Yes, at 3 and 4 years old then, we really could walk to the corner shop in safety and get yourself a sweetie. I did. No. Have you got your ration coupon? What? Ration coupon? So I nipped back and Harold Hume said, oh, come on, Angel, have one of my coupons. We've shared. That's what working class was all about, that community spirit. We had that sort of, well, we had to survive, and there was an ethic of working to survive. We all tried to help each other. Indeed, everyone walked in and out of each other's houses within every little community. So I took my little ration coupon and went to the shop and I bought my sweeties. All sorts of things like that. Indeed, we can recall Southall, Middlesex. My auntie worked, yes. Do you know what she did, my auntie? Back in the day, 13 Shrubbery Road, they lived in Southall. And that was behind the police station. And then it was community again when anyone got arrested and kept in the cells overnight. Well, the local community, they paid my auntie to make the meals for those in the cells at the police station. Wonderful. That community spirit is gone, hasn't it? Though the core values still exist in that working class culture. So how is it that Sir Keir Starmer, father's a toolmaker, can't recall about the community spirit everyone helping each other. It was all about, well, making sure that ours was ours, and ours, well, all of us shared. Whereas now, with some of the other sort of ranges of classes, it's all about me, me, me. What's in it for me? And so that working class culture, Oasis, sticking up for their fans, the fans relating to Oasis. And so it now brings us to the question, what about politicians and everything? Are Oasis still working class? Well, of course, if the culture, those core values, are still in your heart and soul, well, we may be rich, we may have more money than you, but we still recall the days and we still appreciate what it means to be part of a community. How does this figure with, well, Angela Rayner? Angela Rayner, clearly working class, Tameside, Ashton Market. Surely Angela Rayner can't have forgotten their working class roots. They've not been sucked in by the Westminster bubble, have they? What about Priti Patel? When you look about how, well, her parents came to England and then started up a business, were successful, but Priti still went to a comprehensive school. We've got some thoughts about comprehensive schools, haven't we, Hilary? So is Priti still grounded in working class roots? And of course, then you come to the Equity General Secretary, Paul W. Fleming, working class to the core in their youth in Birmingham, but now earning 100,000 or more a year, leading Equity and mixing with all, well, those who are like, middle class. I know I shouldn't say it's all middle class because it isn't, but there's that pervading feeling that it's me, me, me. What's in it for me? Rather than the working class, what's in it for all of us. So is Paul Fleming still working class? It's not just about money, Sir Keir Starmer. In fact, money you can set to one side. It's about that culture, the foundation of the working class. Just look at Entertainer, the shops. It was Gary and Catherine who started that back in 1980. They made all their money, and what have they done? Not forgotten their working class roots. They've given their company to the workers. Now, come on, how about that? Why can't that feeling now pervade through our nation? You see, this is the problem. Everyone gets sucked into an agenda. We've all got to do better for ourselves. And of course, if you're working class, well, you should aspire to be middle class or upper class. No, we can be rich and we can have aspirations, but we can keep our working class ethics and values. And that's really what it's all about. And this is why it brings us today to what's happening in society, because the other key core value for working class is fairness. When you've got no money and you have to work hard to pay your bills, you don't like to see someone else jumping the queue and cheating on you. That's not fair. But of course, working class, live and let live, but there again, charity begins at home. Because we can only help others from a position of strength. And now, a lot of my working class friends are looking round, including really, Hilary, and saying, what's going on in the UK now doesn't seem particularly fair. Those who have contributed nothing, those who have really not much intention of contributing anything, seem to be jumping the queue to everything else. That is unfair. And fairness is what the working class culture is all about. Loyalty, family, fairness, openness, a distrust of hierarchies that try to tell us what to do. And fairness now seems to be coming in short supply. So it always says it takes quite a bit to stir the grassroots within a nation. But to finish off this video, a little cautionary note to our politicians. The grassroots are beginning to stir. they recognise that things aren't fair. And fairness, honesty, openness, family are traditional British working class values. So please bear that in mind, everyone, in politics when you come to taking decisions in the near future. And to all of us, let us not forget our roots. You know, is Priti Patel working class? Is Angela Rayner working class? Is Paul Fleming working class? And are Oasis, well, clearly are working class heroes, not forgotten their roots. So until the next time, to be true to ourselves, let's never forget our roots. So to each and every one of you, as we always say, good work, good art, and in showbiz, professional solidarity. Remember, better keep our fingers crossed. Please join us again, in all fairness.
Please hit the subscribe button and join us again, because together every viewer helps. Thank you.